Hello, and welcome to Season 2, Round 2 of the America's Racing Club Series, brought to you by Zeus Gaming. Today we're at the beautiful Red Bull Ring, where track temperature will be amazing for racing in the nighttime. Your projected race strategies for this 26-lap race are, theoretically, if you start on the soft, you will be coming in on lap 9. On the mediums, they obviously can run a little longer, lap 10 to 11, and you run the softs to the end. 2 Mercedes and 2 Aston Martins in the top 8 worth noting, as we have SorJarwai on pole, Dummy 23 in second, J Sierra in third, CO2, Uncle Pants, atsgrier, Sassafras, and S Alvarez round out your top 8 for this 26-lap shootout. As you can see, everybody tucks in nicely. As I say that, there is a Corvette that loses its traction. Definitely cold tires. Lap 1, you want to step on the gas pedal there, but you have to be tentative. And he ends up paying as Alvarez drops all the way back in the field from that 8th position he had qualified in. So we take another look here at this replay, a little bit ahead of that action we saw before. Sassafras goes a bit wide into turn 1, but does not pick up a penalty, luckily. You have a 5-car, 6-car battle, all sending it into turn 3, heavy braking zone. You do not want to clip that inside chicane, as it will unsettle your car. Everybody makes it through cleanly. Beautiful drag race down here into another heavy braking zone. We're looking here still on lap 1. You have a battle between the Mercedes, CO2, Uncle Pants, and the Aston Martin, as the Mercedes picks up a penalty there. Little half-second penalty that will prove a little costly, as that penalty zone comes up in a fast part of the track. Mercedes here tucks in behind the Aston Martin as Uncle Pants takes 4th place. We look here at that beautiful livery on the Alfa Romeo. Ducks out of the draft, potty mouth, sends it up the inside on turn 1 on SweetSugaBallz, and makes the position stick as SweetSugaBallz tucks in behind on the draft to not fall too far behind. That battle we saw earlier between the Aston Martin and the Mercedes comes back into action here, as the Mercedes misses his braking point a little bit, connects with the Aston Martin. I don't think there's damage. They do well to come back onto the track, tuck into position, as Uncle Pants stays in 4th after that little bit of contact. Still here on lap 2, the Alfa Romeo making some headway, trying to go around the outside on a tricky turn 6. The Porsche makes a bit of contact with the Ford. SweetSugaBallz sends it up the inside. There is a bit of contact, but it is clean racing, and he is able to make the pass stick, as there is a very, very tight fight between 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Beautiful action as they all come around to start another lap. We look back here, further back in the pack, there is an inter-team battle here between Odie and S Alvarez. You know that team communication is in the radios saying they keep it clean. That was anything from that, but they are able to settle in. Let's hope that those Corvettes can come back and make a fight, as the Aston Martin almost loses it, does a great job of collecting himself, but does cede the position to the Mercedes in the first 3 laps. This has been an amazing battle between the fuel can shop Mercedes and the amazing livery on the Aston Martin there, the little vintage look on the vintage. The Lexus there picks up a half-second penalty as the Mercedes sends it up the inside on turn 4. Does not make contact. It's a clean pass for that last podium position. CO2 taking advantage that the Lexus has that half-second penalty, wants to make the pass before the penalty zone. To have nothing to do with that Lexus. As I say that, the Mercedes drives off CO2 in third, lets the Honda, the Aston Martin fight in between each other. As you see, the Lexus fell back a bit after that half-second penalty. The Honda is able to make the pass though on turn 3. Aston Martin hanging in there though, using all of that horsepower, great traction, and is actually able to come out ahead of the Honda. The Honda tucks in Uncle Pence into 4th, Aaron Greer 5th, Jay Sierra 6th. That is clean racing. Lap 4 here, S. Alvarez making the charge through the field after that lap 1 incident, turn 1 incident. Makes the pass on Sassafras in that Renault. Now into 12th position. Trying, like I said, to make that charge through the field. He is a fast driver, so do not count him out on that. Lap 5 here. Larrie on the inside of SweetSugaBallz makes the pass stick as he chases down now Potty Mouth, tucks in into the draft down this front stretch. Back here with S. Alvarez in that Corvette, tucks out of the draft, makes the pass on alucidwolf before the turn 4 braking zone. Keeps it on the track and now sets his sight on that 10th place. Very good racing. Dummy 23 here on lap 7 as the sun sets and he puts his left wheels on the dirt, connects with the wall. There has to be damage here as he's in the middle of the track and the Mercedes of CO2 absolutely T-bones him. Oh my goodness. You're happy that this is a video game, because that would have been a nasty collision. You would have asked if the drivers are okay, but definitely heavy damage on the Aston Martin as he comes back onto the track. Odie in the Corvette, flashing his lights, trying to let him know that he is there. Is able to make the pass, takes advantage of that slip up for Dummy 23. We'll take a look here at a couple different angles from that spin out and who was able to take advantage and who didn't. As you see, Potty Mouth and Larrie both go through cleanly. Potty Mouth with that half-second penalty. We'll have to serve it here coming up on the slow down zone. Keeps it on the track though, is trying not to get another half-second penalty. You have to be careful with those track limits. Serves the penalty here. Is far enough, I believe, from SweetSugaBallz to not give up that position. As I said, a couple different angles from that collision, that replay, and who took advantage. As S. Alvarez, who was all the way in 14th, now is in 9th. Making the charge through the field, as I said, makes the pass on A. Cole. As several drivers take advantage of that spin out. We take a look here on lap 8 as Larrie has an amazing exit from turn 3, makes the pass on the Aston Martin cleanly into 3rd place as they go into turn 4. Potty Mouth looking on the inside but chooses not to make the pass as Larrie almost loses it. Does great to grab control of the car again. Keeps it in 3rd. Potty Mouth makes the pass for 4th Uncle Pants settles into 5th. As we say that now, Larry in complete drift mode. Looks like he pulled the e-brake there. The Aston Martin takes advantage. Yellow flags in this sector. Turn 4, turn 5. Sassafras trying to take advantage, but will not make the pass yet. Tucks in behind in turn 6. As we come here to the end of sector 2. CO2 in the Mercedes, who had that nasty crash earlier with the Aston Martin, trying to charge back up the field. Gets a bit of contact from Potty Mouth. Almost sends him off the track. Is able to collect himself, come back onto the track cleanly. As they both fight heading into turn 4. You can see with the sunset, the beautiful brake rotors, how they glow red. Bunch of temperature in those heavy braking zones all throughout this track. We take a look here at SorJarwai chasing down Sassafras for that second position. Is able to make the pass in the Mercedes. Cleanly almost goes off the track. I don't know if that will be a track limit penalty. I believe he was able to keep 2 wheels on the inside of that curb. Lap 14 here. You have Uncle Pants fighting with J Sierra, the Lexus against the Aston Martin. As we head into the night, both drivers do a great job of not making contact with one another, as Uncle Pants stays ahead. SweetSugaBallz looks, just in case there's any contact, anybody that sends it off to take advantage. But everybody keeps it clean. We stay here on lap 14 as this battle for the second podium position. Atsgrier loses a bit of traction. Potty Mouth is able to take advantage, passes the Honda into second place. As you can see, S. Alvarez, like I said, was all the way in 14th, now making the charge for that last podium position. Someone to keep an eye out for in these last 12 laps. Sassafras with a complete send up the inside, makes the pass, and I believe he's going to be able to make the position stick. Alucidwolf, will not make it easy. Looks up on the inside but chooses wisely, as the 2 Renaults having a great fight back in the pack. You have some pit action taking a activity here. Atsgrier comes in. As we look here, Sassafras against Dummy 23. Sassafras picks up that half-second penalty. As we've seen before, that will prove costly to his pace later in the lap. Hopefully he is able to build enough of a gap to not have it affect him. Ako here is passed by SweetSugaBallz, is able to stay on the outside in the Ford using all of that horsepower, is able to get ahead and make the pass into turn 4, goes a bit wide, allows the Porsche to stay there, but regains himself and is able to stay in 12th. Lap 19 here, the fight continues between these 2 cars. The Porsche again looks up the inside, and I believe there will be a different result than the previous lap, as the Porsche makes the pass. There's almost a bit of contact, not enough to disrupt anybody's race, and the Porsche is able to make the pass. The Ford needs to be careful there with track limits, that can bite you. Lap 20 here, Ako now fighting off the other Aston Martin, having a tough time here towards the end of the lap. You would figure that he is on softs, worn out softs, as we saw somebody back there having a spin. I was not able to catch quite who that was. But like I was saying, due to the pit strategies, you know that there are people on softs that do not have much traction, that are worn out, struggling to stay on the track. As I say that, you have CO2 in the Mercedes sending it up the inside on turn 4. We've seen a lot of passing at that corner, as SweetSugaBallz in the Porsche does not give in, continues to fight, stays ahead now of the Mercedes. Dummy 23 taking a look. You see the Ford back there, I believe, picked up another half-second penalty. As this fight right here, it's great. You have a flashing of the lights of CO2, basically telling him, please move out of the way, I am quicker. As the Porsche comes into the pits, you saw, as I was saying about that battle, you saw earlier other cars into the pits. The final pit stops coming into play. As you can see, atsgrier on the softs, SweetSugaBallz on the softs. As CO2 in the Mercedes flashing his lights endlessly, just flashing his lights. That has to be annoying for Dummy 23. Hey, if you're gonna flash the lights, you have to get past him. That is the rule. If you're gonna flash the lights, get past the driver you're flashing the lights at. Can't flash the lights and be slower. As lap 23 here, we have a great battle for 9th, 10th, and 11th. A. Cole makes the pass on alucidwolf, spins the tires a bit. That allows him to not get the best exit out of the corner. The Renault makes the pass on the Ford. The Ford looks on the inside and smartly does not send it. That could have ended badly, and both of them in the gravel trap. Lap 24 here. The very next lap, atsgrier in that Honda, fighting that CO2 Mercedes that I feel we have talked about a lot this race. It's a great battle here as they head down into turn 9. atsgrier is able to hold on to that 8th position. The next lap, as we have a fight for this last podium position between Potty Mouth, S. Alvarez, and Uncle Pence, as S. Alvarez seems to make the pass on turn 10 as they come here to the front stretch, picks up a half-second penalty because of track limits. Uncle Pence makes the pass in the Aston Martin. Unbelievable racing here. As CO2 in the Mercedes goes for the outside-inside move. Beautifully done. alucidwolf thought he had the pass made, but the fuel can shop Mercedes says otherwise. We're on the final lap here as Potty Mouth seems to have run out of gas, turns right. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that could have ended dangerously. Larrie is able to pass Potty Mouth for 5th, but that could have been really, really bad. But ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, in a class of his own for much of the race, SorJarwai takes the win and the fastest lap. His second in as many races, making it look so easy on the pad. I repeat, this man races on a controller, for crying out loud. God knows what he'll do on a wheel. J. Sierra will come home in second in his maiden ARC Series race. Great showing, great racing from Mogoyon. Uncle Pence rounds out your podium, fighting others and some clean racing going from P5 to P3 by ends race. Honorable mention as well, your 4th place, S. Alvarez, races through the field, having had an off early. But unfortunately, that is all the great racing we have for today. But if you want to see more racing just like this, please follow us and join us on Discord at Zeus Gaming League, as next week we will have round 3 at the Lake Maggiore East layout, as this will be another GT3 event. Can't wait to see you there, guys.